morning, everybody, and welcome to ICU with Karla Sue, where we shine our light through mindset, movement, and music. I'm going to do my best without these today. I am so thrilled to announce that I can't believe she's in the house. Sanet Van Breda from Johannesburg, South Africa. She is our guest today. She is an empowerment specialist. She does beautiful work with metaphor and language. She's a neuro-linguistic programming expert, and I cannot wait to have her on the show to see how she can contribute to our community journey of finding our true spirit and our true calling and the self-belief required to take the steps to get there. So please welcome Sanet Van Breda. Here's a little bit of information about her.
Hi everyone, I am Sanet Van Breda. I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa. Please join me in my Power Hour every Sunday, 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on E360 TV. Mwah!
There you are, live and in the flesh. Welcome, Sanet Van Breda. How are you?
I am over the moon, my beautiful Karla. Over the moon. How are you, my girl?
You know what? What else is possible? Life gets better every day. Every day, doesn't it?
Exactly. I just start Portia now. For me, it is totally incredible today. People from Canada have put on their glasses and I made a video because they were connecting with each other for the first time. They made a video to say, "Hello, Sanet, here's your kissy," Mwah, because I am kissing everyone. And they made a video for me to say thank you for connecting them together. So I'm truly blessed. I know that we are all born to be amazing, amazing, incredible souls. And I am truly thankful to be on your show today. I was so excited. I was like dancing before the time. I even dance for you and sing you a song. So I'm very happy. Thank
Oh,
you
I
for what
love hearing you
you
sing to me this morning. Thank you.
Thank you for what you are doing for creating an amazing show, an incredible, important message, an important platform for anyone that feels they don't have the opportunity to live anymore, to go inside and find their own worth. Because I do believe everyone has the ability to not only be an amazing superhuman, but also to serve the world with love.
To serve
Thank
the world with love. Yes. Yes. You do so much good in the world. I'm referring to my glasses. You have the author's journey, which is something that I'd love to touch on. And I love that you embrace imperfection as a mindfulness and meditative practice, because really it's a construct like anything else, right? I love your suggestion that we all dance like nobody is watching. And later on in the show, you guys, not in the show, in the season, we have an episode coming up literally called Lunatic Day, where we wear silly hats and silly sunglasses and whatever frame we can use with our computers, we dance and we become silly, and we remember the wonderment of childhood when everything felt new. And that is what's so important about dance. And I am incorporating those in my programs too. My really big question for you, and I'm asking everybody this, and I ask myself this too. In order to have a personal transformation, it generally requires some sort of strife. And we know that until the pain of staying the same outweighs the fear of changing. No, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean. But it's hard to balance because change is scary and pain is familiar. So, for you, what was your catalyst to lead to your transformation? And what was that transformation?
I'm going to tell you in 1 minute. So, to clarify that, when the pain is there and you don't longer want it, you give it to Jack. My beautiful Carla, do you know who's Jack?
Who is Jack?
Hit the road, Jack. I don't want you no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. So I gave my troubles, my weight on my shoulders to Jack, and I changed into a butterfly. So I don't have my butterfly canvas here because my son is not here and it's there to flip it over. But this is Soul of a Diamond. We're going to talk about it. But
Yes.
for me, I was on a beach in New Zealand, the 6th of April 2019. There, I'm going to try, and there I am. There I am.
This out. Oh my. Oh my.
And there is the cave. It was a 3 miles hike, and I was on the beach struggling to get to the cave. My family was already in the cave exploring. There's beautiful Maori artwork and everything in there. I could not get to the cave. It felt like I'm gonna get a heart attack. And I was standing still. I was trying to get my breath. It was a very the weather was and the sea was rough. I'm walking there with an umbrella. I don't know if you can see it. And I just my eyes went over the rough ocean, and I said to God, what if my grandson Zander, he was 4 years old, will ask me, Omi? Omi is like Granny in my home language, Afrikaans. Why are you not in the picture in the cave? And then I would have told my grandson, your Omi could not be there because she's too fat. But that day, Carla, my heart broke. And I remember I was looking at the ocean and I said to God, I cannot take this anymore. I cannot take this anymore. And I said to him, and I was screaming, I said, please, can you help me? I cannot do this. And I went onto my knees and the sun came out. So we had 2 days without any sun. And that day, that minute, God gave me his son. It brings energy and love to my face and my heart. I got to the cave. I've got the picture. So here I am, and here's my little grandson.
Uh huh.
So the 6th of April 2019, I have changed my life forever. I lost 165 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I've lost 165. I let go of all the weight, all the shame and regret because I was already 54 years old. And since 12 years, I was overweight. I was teased to be overweight.
Mm-hmm.
And then my biggest transformation started when I looked myself in the mirror and I started to have a relationship with myself in the mirror. So my company's name is Self Love Ignites Me. People cannot spell ignites, so we had to change the website and my email address to self-love for the letter for me.com. But self love ignites me is very important for me because it spells slim. Yes, I've slimmed down.
Oh, I see. I'm like looking for, I'm like trying to do a puzzle. I get it. It equates slim to you.
Yes, it's slim, but there's another reason. In my home language, Afrikaans,
Mm-hmm.
slim means wisdom, clever. I've used mindfulness every day since 6th of April 2019, since I made that change that I will do anything, I will do everything if God gives me the power. So that is also my golden nugget because I tell everyone if your why is big enough, you can do anything, you can change everything. And I knew because I wanted to live, I don't want to die. And since that day, I didn't tell the family, but I started to move more. I do move more than what I eat. and I brought in my forever song. So you're going to ask me, Sanet, what is your forever song? And I will say, oh, thank you so much for asking, Karla. My forever song is Walking on Sunshine, because
Mhm.
God ultimately have given me that day his energy, his power, and the sun to get to the cave. And I will never forget my daughter said, Ma, remember it's 5 kilometers, because in New Zealand we talk about kilometers. It's 5 kilometers, or in America, 3 miles back to the car park. And I said, come, I'm ready. I didn't slow down. I could keep up with them. And then when we got home and I was standing in front of the mirror, I said to God, thank you for helping me to get to the car with the family. And then I was like, Sanet, why do you want to lose the weight? And I was like very happy. I said, I want to lose the weight because I want to be with my grandson, Xander. So you asked me my biggest catalyst. New Zealand has a body mass index of 35%. If you weigh more than that, you cannot get a working permit. And because we are here in South Africa and my children are in New Zealand, I wanted to do my best to be able to go to New Zealand on a permanent basis. So I had to lose, my BMI was 54%, and I had to get it down in 2 years and 6 months till it was 35 or less. So I did lose the weight. I did it, but I did it with a big plan. I went to the dietitian. I went to a psychologist. I forgive other people that have harmed me. But Carla, the most biggest thing is I forgive myself.
Mm.
I forgive myself for going on hundreds of diets and not completing it. And while I was on my journey, and I'm still on my Omi and Xander plan, I will be on my plan for the rest of my life. It means there's quite a few items I have to move more than I eat. I have to chew my food 28 times.
Mm.
A lot of things I've incorporated the last 5 years. But you were telling about movement
Mm.
and dancing. I danced to my forever song quite a few times during the day. And also when I was in my healing period, losing the weight, if I wanted to eat a chocolate, I will go and stand in front of the mirror, and I'm a drama queen. I will say, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is fabulous of the all? And then I will say, me. And then I will say, excuse me, Sanet, you said you feel like a chocolate. And then I will go jump to the other side. And I will say, yes, I feel like a chocolate. And then I will go other side again. But my beautiful Sanet, you cannot eat a chocolate because you will not get to your ideal weight. And remember, Xander is waiting for you. Thank you for telling me again. And then go and dance on your forever song, Walking on Sunshine. And then I will go down and I will go and dance on my song. So my song was helping me to stick to my plan, because I was scared if I cheat once, I'm gonna cheat again. And
Ah.
then I will never be able to get to my son, my beautiful Xander. But I didn't get to my beautiful Xander because COVID happened. I would have flown out on the 12th of April 2020 to New Zealand. I would have started to work in New Zealand the 1st of May 2020. I could not fly out. And then on the 20th of June, my birthday, I became too old to go to New Zealand permanently. So first of all, I was too big, but I made a plan. I did everything to do that, but I could not do cannot change the age. But I never knew God is going to bestow on me this
Mhm.
amazing group of ladies, Diamond Beauties Forever, and everything I'm doing that because I could not go to New Zealand. So I am truly blessed, my beautiful Carla, behind measures. And I know it's a long answer to your question, but I wanted to tell you the full picture that you know. Sometimes when it's you feel like there's no tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
we can always go inside of us
Mm-hmm.
because our own hero is inside of us. We were all born worthy enough to do anything, to love ourselves, but we have to start with the mirror. We have to start loving not the defaults, but each and every spot, your whole body, your whole everything. You have to start there. And
Yeah.
sometimes people don't see their beauty. And that's why I continue to tell everyone, you're beautiful. And maybe sometimes you will say, but Tanet keeps on telling me I'm beautiful. Maybe I must put on my glasses and see
Mm-hmm.
my own beauty inside of me.
Mm-hmm. That's a wonderful answer, and it was the perfect length. Thank you for sharing it. You know, you are one of our chosen. So honored to have you here to be my guest during Suicide Awareness Month. It's a really important month because when we don't talk about stuff, you know what happens. So, as part of Suicide Awareness Month, your presence in the world and your work, your desire to be with the next generation, your grandchildren, to climb. My mission, Sanet, is to end trauma in this generation. And you have done that because you demonstrated for your grandchildren the resilience of the human spirit. And that's beautiful. And the resilience of the human spirit is something that when we are facing dire emotional states where we feel really that suicide might just be easier for everybody and the pain can't continue. I want it to ring in people's ears what you said, that we have the worth no matter what, and we have the power no matter what to correct our circumstances. That was so inspiring. And listen, guys, I'm still getting used to this stuff, and I'm trying to look at you in the camera, but when my guest is talking, I have to look at her. I'm a shrink. It's what I do. So
Now, you are doing an amazing job. Just continue what you're doing because sometimes people want real. They want real, an authentic, real person. And you are, is beautiful the way that you are. But you know, my beautiful one, I with all the people that I've brought to my TV shows, so I call myself a voice amplifier.
mm,
I create I create space and stages for millions of people around the world to come and tell us their brilliance, their wisdom, and their transformative stories throughout all my platforms. So I've got a TV show, I've got a few TV shows, I've got the Diamond Moment magazine, and I've got two amazing groups, Diamond Beauties Forever and also Tanzanite euros. You can hear there's a lot of diamonds. Diamonds is in there. But for me, when I started with my Diamond Beauties 3 years ago, I can tell you most women didn't even think they were worthy enough to speak up. And
mm,
I was the same thing. I had to start to learn how to love myself unconditionally before knowing that I am worth every inch of me.
yeah.
So that was one of the things I wanted to do. I want to help, especially women, but I also have men as well to come and tell their stories. But I have done 504 coffee chats. This morning I did another coffee chat in 2 years and in 8 months. I cannot tell you, 95% of all those people didn't think they were worthy to come to a TV show. And then I am there to tell them, my girl or gentleman, my beautiful gentleman, you are. Just because you were born
Mm,
Do you know you're breathing? You're breathing life.
mm.
You're breathing love. So, first of all, bring the love inside your own heart. Make sure your whole body is incorporated with your own love. And then you're able to give that love to others. My company's motto is show up for yourself first. That's
Mm.
important. And then you can show up for others. Then I love to say, step up. You can see I'm standing. Step up, take the action. And when you're ready, you soul up. You give your services with love to others. And anybody can do that. Anybody can do that.
You know what's amazing is that every time, even if you've heard the concept or people have discussed it, maybe you've discussed it, every person brings her unique signature for healing. And I got something there that I haven't gotten before. And that's why we're doing this show with women like you. Thank you so much. There's something that was really important that I wanted to mention, because part of the show and part of my identity and part of my work in the world is spiritual work. And I am an ordained and licensed minister. I don't do weddings. I just use it to um, work with my patients right now in my private practice in neuroscience and trauma. But here's what I want to share with everybody. And I don't know if you know this. And if you don't know this, yay! Thich Nhat Hanh, the revered, he passed, the revered Vietnamese Zen Buddhist monk during the Vietnam War, had to flee. And he fled to Plum Village, I believe, in France, where he was an expat for the remainder of his years. And he's very important to me. And one of the most important teachings is about breathing, and it's the most simple. And I'm going to share it with you. When we breathe in, we either state or think, but stating brings it more into power. I am breathing in, and I'm breathing out. Rinse, repeat. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. And then we go one step further. It's exciting. I breathe in peace. And I breathe out peace. I breathe in love. And I breathe out love. And we can go on, and you can add your own stuff. But do you know Thich Nhat Hanh? And
I knew about him. I actually watched quite a few of his videos.
yeah.
I love him, and he was also the test that they had a research test on him that I put him in to look at his brain waves as the most happiest person
Mm,
alive.
him particularly.
Yes,
No kidding. No
yes.
kidding. I am not. I'm not surprised. One of my favorite ones. I mean, how many are there? So, for anybody out there who's new to Thich Nhat Hanh, it's a complicated spelling. It's ThichNhatHanh. You can probably do it right into Siri or Google and they'll know. But the book, No Mud, No Lotus.
I
Let's think
don't know
about
that.
that.
Oh,
Without the mud, we don't get the lotus. So, Sanet, you have shared with us your mud. You have shared with us the lotus that's come from the mud. It's wonderful. I would love to hear more about, we all know about diamonds. Tell me about the Tanzanite program.
okay. So I have started a Diamond Beauties 3 years ago. Currently, I have my mission is to get 1 million people to share their stories. So currently, I am almost at 300,000 or just over 300,000 people with all my summits, with the magazine, with the show, and with in the beginning I did live Zoom sessions and help people to come overcome their shyness, help people to show them they are worthy. I do advertising so that they can see the experience being with me, because
Mhm.
I do have an answer. I have to answer to myself. Every night, the last thing I will answer, I will ask myself, Sanet,
Mhm.
did you leave your sparkle in somebody's heart and in memory for the day? Every day I will do an tick to the heavens and say, thank you, God, for making me me. I'm truly privileged and honored to be Sanet, me. And then I will send him kisses. So for me, I the Tanzanite euros came about because now remember, my beautiful Karla, as this people,
Mhm.
men didn't really flirt with me. They didn't flirt. So now the last few years, I'm putting myself out there, and I do get a lot of attention with men. I am married to my beautiful husband for 34 years. I love him so much. But now all this gentleman is like sending me love stuff and sex texting and all that stuff. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this nonsense. I love my husband. I am on a mission. I want to have the
Mhm.
space and the stages for 1 million people. So I decided no more group. I'm not going to visit any more groups or stay in groups, because for me, I had a lot of network under the gentleman community, and I love to bring the gentleman to the power hour to spice up our women's energy. So I created a Tanzanite euro. So I don't know if you know, Tanzanite is 1,000 times rarer than a diamond.
I
You
didn't.
can get it only at one mine in Tanzania at the foothills of Kilimanjaro. And because the gentlemen are a hero for their family,
Mhm.
they are my hero as well. So I started the group 8.5 months ago, and there's not a lot on there, but I know it's going to grow 115 gentlemen. But I will just go into the group and I will say, gentlemen, I'm talking about self compassion this week. Who wants to come and be a guest? And then I've got a guest. I don't have to go and search for any more male guests I have now. But Carla, the
Yeah.
gentleman is starting to talk in the group. I didn't want to put the two groups together.
Mhm.
Now they're talking about under each other. What will you suggest if I need to make up with when we had a fight? And what is the five love language? So the men is now starting to talk to each other. How
Yes.
incredible is that?
Oh my gosh. I asked about Tanzanite because it's my favorite stone. And it's like mystical, magical to me. And that's why I asked about that. Thank you. And it includes men, and we need men and women because, well, that's what we got. That's what
Exactly.
we got. So, in your inclusive, accepting, holding environment, you invite everybody in to discover things that they may not have been exposed to if they are men. Because women are exposed to things men aren't, and vice versa, right? And
We are no bubbles. Let me just put on my glasses.
I know. I wish we could do hearts for our framing. I need to like write a strongly worded letter to the software. I want hearts. That's beautiful. If I could get up, I'd give you I'd wear my fuchsia ones. And then you have to come back on Lunatic Day. You do,
Okay.
where we dance around and be crazy.
Uh, well, can I tell you something? When you
I would
said
love it.
Lunatic Day, just give me 1 second.
That's pretty good. Now put the glasses on. Oh
I've
my
got a bag full of glasses.
God. There is something calling me to South Africa, and I am looking at her right now. You turned into a 14-year-old girl when you put that on. It was adorable. There are some other important stuff. This is so much fun. Um, I have noticed a few things that resonate with me as some things that I have learned in recovery from alcoholism. Some of the things that I learned from you is that you didn't use this word, and correct me if I got this wrong, but it sounds like it's surrender. You surrendered to the power. You use the word God in AA or whatever that we call higher power, whatever you want to call it. But you surrendered to the flow of the universe in order to restore your health. Is that accurate?
That is totally accurate. And then how incredible I am using mindfulness, meaning I'm in the present moment, because you can only experience miracles if you are in the present moment. And I wanted to do this. You look beautiful.
Oh, these
But
delight. No, these I
can
can't
I
say.
can I tell you something?
Yes.
I actually there's a saying that comes out of a panda, a kung fu panda. Yesterday is history, but you can learn from yesterday, but it's history. Tomorrow is he let me just get my wording right before
Mhm,
I'm confusing myself.
mhm.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is, oh my goodness, I forgot the thing now. Tomorrow is a mystery,
A
but
miss.
today is a gift. And that's why it's called the present. So for me, the most important is if you can stay in your present moment. I love to do childlike things. I love to bring fun in every day. I
Mhm,
go on stage with my hat on, with a beautiful Africa dress and a beautiful beats, no shoes. And
mm,
in my speech, I will do 4 songs. I want to show people you can have pockets of happiness every day. And people say, Sanet, that's not possible. But I'm telling you now, if you can have pockets of happiness every day, it is as easy as take off your shoes and dance. Because what happened if you dance? What happened? I'm walking on sunshine. Oh, I'm walking on sunshine. Oh, and it's time to feel good. Oh, 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 oh.
that is so wonderful. That is so wonderful. You know, one of the things we do on the show, I have a proprietary, which sounds so fancy,
It
um,
does.
trauma targeting movement modality. I call it Bhavana Yoga Dance. It's based on the science and the practice, some sequencing of yoga, because I'm a classical yoga instructor and I've studied it very, very, very deeply in my life. But I'm also a classically trained dancer and choreographer. So it brings in more flow, right? And it makes people feel really, you get the yoga good, but then you get the energetic good, right? So, if you will, with me, we usually do this at the end, and I'm not done with you, but we're talking about it. So, let's do it. You're already standing. I'm going to stand. So, Sanat, when people come to you, when you see people who have a need and they're the ones that don't really understand or believe in changing our state, how do you guide them with words? And
So,
you know what? How do you guide them with words based on the posture you see?
so first of all, before we have a coffee chat, I will ask you, what is your favorite song? What's your forever song? And then
Hallelujah.
when you come in my coffee chat, I will say to you, hello, my beautiful Karla. I am so happy you have taken a chance on me and book a coffee chat. May I ask you your first question? And then people like, you know, and they will say yes, because we start off yes, and then I will say, will you have a dance with me?
Oh, yes, I will.
And a lot of people say no, but then they say yes because I want to dance with them. And then I will tell Alexa, Alexa to start playing your song, and we will dance if there's no tomorrow. And can I tell you, if they sit down, their state of mind is open, their heart is open. And when I ask them the second question, what is your superpower? They know this is not an ordinary coffee chat. They know there's something that is stirring in my soul and
Mm-hmm.
making awaken me. Because I
Mm-hmm.
ask about your superpower, I ask about your dream. I'm asking you, how are you serving the world? And then, my beautiful Carla, I would love to find out about your family, because your family is important to you.
Yes.
And because it's important to you, it's important to me. And that is how I do all my coffee chats. And I have amazing experiences with amazing people
Wow.
all over the world, just by asking them to dance with me.
That's just, it's exactly perfect, your unique movement signature. We all have it in everything that we do. So let's imitate, let's conjure up sort of the body posture of a person who's feeling, they're at the end of their rope. They feel like they've exhausted their resources, and they say to you, Sanet, I don't have faith in the faith that you're telling me to have faith in. First of all, I would say, try to believe in my belief. I'll be here with you every step of the way. But how do they look? Do they look like, kind of like,
Yeah, like this.
yeah, okay. So take that. What was that again? Show me. Like this. Okay. So, with Bhavana Yoga Dance, on this program for this application, I'd like to focus on counter postures. So, first, let's talk about what this posture does energetically. We are looking down, which means we are not aware of what's outside of us in the world. We're sort of protected. We are literally protecting our organs, especially our heart and our voice, where we speak our truth, right? So if we are in this kind of a posture, it is so deflating of energy. And we know as humans, we can think ourselves into oblivion. So let's stop thinking. Yours will be different from mine. Let's find a counter posture that has an opposite energetic effect of expansiveness. And let's hold that. And let's just breathe and be grateful. Let's notice the change at state. My heart is open. Your heart is open. We are looking toward the sky. Our hands are open, receiving every gift from the sun and every person and animal and plant. Oh, that's expansive. Oh, that feels good. That feels so good. Whew. Now, Sanat, tell me about how that felt for
Wow.
you.
Wow. 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 Can I play my drum for you?
I would
Because
love
this
it if you would
was
play your drum for me.
this was incredible. This is my African drum, a true self-made drum. Not I didn't make it, but one of the Zulu people that I know have done it for me.
Yeah. Ooh, can we cut just to Sanat right now, and I'll go grab my African drum? Let's cut to Sanat. I'll join you in a moment.
Here we go. Well, I do have a bigger drum, but that's too big for me to pick up and play. But I love my African drum. I love it.
Yeah, I knocked over everything in my house.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh, I love that. I love
Play with me. I'll keep a beat and you do it.
I love it.
Fun. And I wonder, this is neat. This is neat. We're going to have to do this again. So, for those of
And
you
that
at
was
home,
no practicing. It was just on
oh,
the.
me too. As with anything in life, I never have any idea of what I'm doing until I learn it, right? So it's like parenting percussion. Um, maybe sometime. Hold on one sec. I have to cough. Maybe sometime the next time we'll get together, we'll practice a little bit and we'll come up with something.
Okay, that will be, and then you can sing to us as well. But you know, my beautiful one, while you were like percussing and you were keeping the beat, there was one thing that came, an image that came to me. So I've learned from one of the people that I know, also a E360 host, Kelly Reinhardt. She was
Mhm.
talking about the semicolon.
Mm.
And I think I wanted to as soon as you press on it, I don't know why that came to mind. So I learned for the first time a semicolon is what a suicide survivors will put on their tattoo on themselves, especially if it's here. Well, I saw a gentleman that had a
Oh,
semicolon here.
as a tattoo. Yeah.
I said that too, and I remember she was telling us because she came through on one of my shows as well, and I knew about it now. So I saw I was in Nebraska, Omaha, and the lady that I stayed with, she had to go and I want to say deliver me to the airport, but I had to go earlier. She had another appointment, so I
Mhm.
was at the airport, and it's a small airport for about 4 hours.
Okay.
And this gentleman come and sit, but he's very long. He had his army clothing on. I
Mm.
don't know what the army sergeant. I don't know all that, but he was listening to something in but his eyes were so. His whole body posture was so not in shame, but it's like almost like in tears, his whole body. And I would say to myself, please look up so that we can make eye contact. And the
Mhm.
guy didn't want to look up because he was listening to music and he was looking downwards the whole time,
Mhm.
like this with his hands folded. And I thought, okay, Sanet, kick his boots because his boots was coming across almost here where I was sitting. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to put my one leg over the other one and I'm going to kick him. Okay. And I kicked him. I kicked him because I did see this. I did see this. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And he said, no, he is sorry because he's taking some of my space as well. And
Oh,
I just went over to him. I leaned over to him and I took my hand and I crossed over the semicolon and I said to him, I am truly honored to say thank you that you are still here and that I can kick you today and that we can have a chat.
yes.
And you know, my beautiful Karla, that gentleman started to cry.
Mm.
He started to cry. We are still in contact. And later on, he told me on Messenger, he said to me, Sanet, I didn't want to live anymore.
Mhm.
I didn't want to live. And I was thinking, how can I do this? How will I be successful the second time? And here a lady with a hat with flowers in her hat kicked me and she touched my semicolon. So I wanted to say something because we just picked up the drums. You went and fetched your drum.
Mm.
If we can be observant enough to look at other people
Yeah.
and to see other people for their worthiness, and maybe see something like, if I didn't really look at this gentleman, I would never have seen this. I would maybe never have kicked him, and I would have never have leaned over to touch him to say thank you that he is still here. I think sometimes people are so observant in the world around them, they forgot that all of us are humans.
Yeah.
All of us are going through things, and when you're in the depth of sorrow,
Mm-hmm.
you don't see the light.
Mm.
And maybe if you can stop, be in the present moment,
Yeah.
look, and maybe you can be the light for somebody else. And then because you were a light for somebody else, you give that person the permission to be the light for somebody else in the future, because they are going to pay it forward. So thank you so much for what you are doing as well. I just want to say it's incredible, incredible. And thank you for drumming with me. It was
Yeah, I know
incredible.
it's very good, but I don't know. This is so amazing. I have, the synchronicities of things when you're in flow. It's just like, I hope you never get bored of it. Oh, what a wonderful miracle. But I haven't gotten bored of it yet. And during one of my very, very, very dark periods, I had, whoops, tattooed, and there's some red and a sunburst burst around it. You might not be able to see, just
I
to
can
remind
see.
myself of gratitude, like I rub it like a worry stone, kind of. So I will. I had heard about that, but it's been a long time since it was in my awareness. So for September, I'm just going to go up to people randomly and ask to look at their arms.
Can I tell you what I randomly do when people get the shock? But I must just say, when I almost didn't have any hair, I decided to not to wear a wig. I decided to wear a hat. So I love hats. I've got about 50 hats. So, but the hair is now there, and but I still love the hat. But I think it's that, Carla, it's that, because when I go to people and I say, "My, I have a hug," you must see people's faces. What? So maybe instead of say, ask them, "Do you want a hug?"
Yeah,
I for sure would love a hug,
that's
and that makes a
beautiful.
big difference because people will stop in their tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, it would stop them in their tracks. So let's talk about Walking on Sunshine and what that song means to you now. It's an old song. Everybody knows it. It's cheerful, but there's more. There's a reason you chose it. Share it with us.
So I know your show is almost finished. We
I
just got the
know.
confirmation. So I'm going to quickly wrap up. For me, all of us are a lighthouse, not only to ourselves, but to others. And the sun is there for everyone, for everyone, for everyone. And if we can love each other as we love ourselves, as is in a lot of scriptures, it is that exactly wording, then we can make this world a better place. Because love is the most beautiful vibration of all.
Mm, 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 mm. That is just beautiful. That is just beautiful. And so, for those of you at home or those of you who are too young to remember Walking on Sunshine, it is worth checking out, and it should be on your happy playlist. And it should be on your sad playlist too, because frankly, it makes you happy right away, and you won't need the sad playlist after that.
I
Sanet
love
Van
it.
Breda, it has been such an honor for you to spend your time with me today, to share your energy, your wisdom, information about your programs with my audience. I know that we share so much, but we also share E360 TV, to whom I owe my utmost gratitude, along with Diane Forster of I Have Today. And as we wrap up, I would like to share with you my mission is not only to heal in other people and myself first, so that I can heal what I could not have been, what I could not have prevented because I was young, or it was a violent thing, or whatever it's been in my life and whatever it's been in your life. Here at ICU with Karla Sue, we have a community, we have a holding environment, and we want to support all of the hurts that we couldn't prevent. We're going to heal those here with mindset, movement, music, and the contributions of wonderful, sparkly, heart-centered guests like Sanet Van Breda out of Johannesburg, South Africa. I cannot wait to see the rest of your hat collection. And it has been an honor to be with you today. For all of us who have struggled with that dark night of the soul and we don't know if we're going to get out, remember, in a year, you're going to be grateful that you had that transformation. So make that transformation now and think of why you need to be here on this earth at this time with your unique signature for self-healing, for family, society, and the world. So thank you, Sanet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Smoochies to you cheese.
Mwah.
Oh, surfer girl,